I've achieved a lot over the years in Football Manager. I've taken an obscure village team from the Czech Republic up to the pinnacle of European football. I've turned a provincial Turkish team into world beaters, although not Gençler Birliği, but another one. That's on the SI forums if you want to dig that up. I've toured the world. I've won continental championships. I won all of the continental championships. I've taken obscure nations to the World Cup. But still, there's a doubt. There's a question. People always ask that classic football cliche. Could you do it on a wet Wednesday night in Stoke? And that's what we're going to find out with the Football Manager 2019 Beta. So here we go. Hello there everybody, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to my first episode, my first look at Football Manager 2019. Well, not exactly my first look. You'll see from here that I did set up a game the other day when I downloaded this. My original plan for the beta was to go with a Brazilian team, but then when I loaded one up I remembered that they have the state championships as well as the national championships, and then you've got Copa Libertadores action, and I just counted up and I thought, even if we get knocked out at the early stage of everything, that's going to be 70 plus games, pushing 80 games, so I might as well play 2 seasons somewhere else if I think I'm going to manage that. So that's what we're going to set up today. Here you can see my manager. So nice little setup here. We've got a kind of classic 1960s looking red kit and a yellow goalkeeper jersey there. My manager, bit of homage to Gençler Birliği there with the red and black. Bit of homage to the International Manager of Mystery with the white trousers. I think those are supposed to be red shoes. I don't know if this is colour blindness on my part, but they kind of look orange to me. Overcompensated on the hair. Everything else is supposed to be me, although I didn't use my photo. For some reason, he's got a bit of white here. Thinking my manager needs to sunbathe with one of those like foil boards under his neck, if you know what I mean. Anyway, we're going to set up a new game today. Enough of that. What we are going to do, we are going to Stoke. Oh, it seems to have picked them for me already. All right, we're going for Stoke in the Championship. Why? Well, Stoke is actually a local team to where I'm originally from in the UK. The town I'm from, it was roughly equidistant from Derby and Stoke, so most of the kids at school would have either been Derby or Stoke fans. Then you had a few glory hunters like me who supported far-flung Premier League clubs, and then you had the hardcore guys who stayed out of the way of, who supported Port Vale. So league-wise, this is my setup then. So we've got the English League, Brazilian, German, Portuguese, Spanish and Turkish, all down to their lowest levels. Put my computer under a bit of a test. We'll go for a large database for now. It's given me 3.5 stars game speed. That will do. So I've just run England down to the lowest level. That's what I generally do. Portugal and Brazil. If you've been watching my final Football Manager 2018 videos, you'll know that I'm planning to do a Portugal save, so I just want to have a little look at that. Turkish League, just we'll see what Gençler Birliği are doing. Let's start the game. Oh, one other thing to note before we start, of course, I'm disabling the first transfer window. Stoke are an interesting one. It's not just about them being a local team, but they're struggling in real life, aren't they? Down in the Championship, and if you look at the squad they've got, they should be doing a lot better. So the first part of this, up to January at least, is going to be about trying to make the team better with the players that they've got. Ready to start then. I'm just going with the suggested badges for Stoke, and let's get into it. Let's start playing. And here we have it. Stoke hired Dodgee Gamer as their new manager. Welcome to Stoke. It's a very welcoming place. If you've ever been there, I'm sure you'll agree. So let's have a look what we've got here. I'm on £12,250 a week. Nice, we'll take that for a beta. That's fine. Beta or beta? Question of the day. What do you say? Because I've heard different people, different creators pronounce it different ways. Some say they're doing a beta save and some say they're doing a beta save. What's your pick? Let's have a look. We've got the staff members. Okay, we're going to have a look at those in a moment. Tactics induction. I will do that off camera. And let's have a look. Some obligations here in the transfer market. We will review those all in good time. Injury update. So we've got injuries at the moment to Ibrahim Afellay out for 3 months. And Sam Klukas out for about 6 weeks. Responsibilities we'll go into as well. Now, obviously, I can't do any transfers, so I'm just going to bring up here the assistants overview. So here we go. Obviously, Jack Butland is a top-rated keeper. We're going to be able to hold on to him until January at least, with the transfer window embargo in place. I mean, the squad, it just looks good. There's lots of players here well over 3 stars. No one really below. We've just got this guy who seems to be a bit below, but he's only 19. I think you've got to be pretty happy with that. We've got Berahino, of course. Oof, let's see if we can get him firing. We've got an aging Peter Crouch, 37 years old. All right, well, we'll see what we can do with him. We've got Bojan, of course. Bojan should be, he should have been a world star by now with his 1 cap for Spain. I remember when he got that cap for Spain, and it was a big deal to make sure that he remained eligible for Spain only. Not that it did them any good. Okay, we've got Tom Ince here. Yeah, so lots of names here. Lots of names here that could be called up to Premier League clubs, you have to say. Got Joe Allen as well, Charlie Adam. Although it has to be said, a lot of these are players who were really good about 4 or 5 years ago. A bit like Stoke, really. They were pretty good 4 or 5 years ago. We've got Darren Fletcher there, Diouf. So there's stuff to work with. I mean, we've got Ryan Shawcross as well. We're a bit light on fullbacks. I'm going to have to delve into the reserves, I think, to have a closer look at that. Bit light on those for now, but okay, we went ahead with disabling the transfer window. We're just going to have to live with that. I mean, I suppose someone like this, Sim Thandy, we could use as a backup. We could call him up into the first team as needed. We've got Josh Tyman as a left back. In fact, I'm gonna shove him up there now. Get yourself into the senior squad, my son. Let's have a look what you can do there. We've got Tyrese Campbell, who poacher. That's what we like. That's what we like. A nice poacher. Any prospects here? The main one to look out for is Nathan Collins, by the looks of things. He looks promising, although I doubt I'm going to use him much, because the idea for this beta save is we're going to do 1 season. We're going to aim for 1 full season, maybe 2. We'll see how it goes. What do the board expect from us? Let's look that up next. So board, confidence, competitions. Let's have a look what they're expecting. Sky Bet Championship. They want us to win promotion. Well, obviously in real life, that seems unlikely. But yeah, that's what I would be aiming for with the players at my disposal. As long as they're fit and they're in form, there's no reason why we can't at least push into those playoff places. FA Cup, they want us to reach the 4th round. And the Carabao Cup, they want us to reach the 3rd round. Let's have a look what fixtures we've got first of all. I started this a bit into pre-season because I knew I wasn't going to be doing any transfers. So there's already been a friendly before we took over. A 2-0 win over Slavia Prague. We've got a lot of away matches, finishing off with St. Pauli in Germany. And then we're going to kick off our season against Leeds. We don't know, of course, our opponent for the Carabao Cup yet. Well, I'm going to play through these friendlies. I'm going to take a closer look at the squad, try to build up a tactic, and I will see you back here for our trip to Leeds. Well, things are certainly heating up now, quite literally, as the heating's finally kicked in my apartment, so I've shedded the thug top. Also heating up as we get into the business part of the season. We're taking on Leeds away in our first competitive match in Football Manager 2019. What have we been doing in the non-competitive matches? Well, we've largely been winning, as you can see. Although we do have to temper that with the fact that we've generally played lower league opposition. Obviously, Slavia Prague, top flight in their home country, but that was played before I took over. Swindon and Southend, 2 easy wins there. Obviously helped by the fact that Southend had 2 players sent off. But Swindon in League 2, Southend in League 1. We had a bit of a tougher time against Oxford. That's the only time we've played poorly, really. We were all over the place in the first half. A few choice words at half-time, a couple of tactical tweaks, and we took control in the second half, but were unable to secure the win. Big win over non-league Kingstonian, to be expected. Local Staffordshire rivals, I guess, Burton. We beat them 3-1 away. And then we travelled to Germany, where we scraped a 1-0 win over St. Pauli. We're now back in England. It's another away game. It's Leeds. Let's see if we can get off to a winning start. No transfers, obviously, because as I mentioned earlier, I got the transfer window disabled. I just want to see what we can do with the players we've got. Can we do better than Stoke in real life? Wouldn't be very hard to do that, but you never know. We could end up doing something worse. Tactics-wise, this will look familiar to anybody who followed my Breaking the Big Three save. I just looked at the players we had, and I thought, yeah, we can do something similar with these guys. So it's a 4-3-3 with the wide wingers, although the game calls it a 4-1-4-1 DM wide. 4-3-3 is easier to say, isn't it? Anyway, we are going for Butland in goal. Butland's only just joined the team. He only played in that St. Pauli match. I guess he had an extended holiday due to the World Cup. Don't know why, because he was only a spectator at the World Cup, basically, wasn't he? And I'm sure old Tommy, who works in the Longton Tesco Superstore and went to the World Cup, didn't get extra time off work to recover. Anyway, privileges of a footballer, I guess. Shawcross and Martins Indy in the centre of defence. Bauer and Peters making up our fullbacks. Going with Allen as a halfback. Looking for him to lay it off to Charlie Adam. And then we've got Atobo there in the Mazzala role as well. Ince and McLean. I have to remind myself it's Ince after all that time in Turkey. I immediately thought Ince, which would be the Turkish name like that. And a Phobe up front. Berahino is going to be on the bench. Is he? Wait, I haven't put him on the bench yet. Okay, he's lacking fitness after taking a bit of a knock in that last game. We'll leave him out. We've got Crouchy on the bench, so that'll do. Let's get into it. So we're at the away team, so in our fetching purple kit. Obviously, purple's a bit of a theme on Football Manager this year. I've gone for the grey background, though, because I found the purple just reflected from my glass lenses a bit too much. Leeds in their classic white. And Leeds also lining up with a 4-3-3, so we'll see if we cancel each other out or one of us has got the tactical edge. So we are going to tell the team, show me what you can do. Still haven't reached a point where they're reacting well to my team talks yet. In fact, Joe Allen, my assistant manager, told me does not have confidence in my ability to deliver a team talk. Anyway, you've got what it takes. Most of them look happy. Assistant manager, that was a bit of a saga actually. We didn't have one when I arrived at the club. I appointed a guy. Now, I'm not sure if this is a bug or not, whether I should bother reporting it, but the guy I appointed, the board rejected his appointment saying we already have enough coaches, but he was offered an assistant manager contract. The only thing I can think of is that his preferred job role was a coach. So then I went back to the job centre as we come on the attack here. I went back to the job centre. Oof! Ince nearly got the goal for us there. Would have been a dream start. And yeah, I went this time for an unemployed assistant manager, someone who was labelled as an assistant manager, offered him the job, and this time the board ratified it. So we got our assistant manager in place. An attack building for us here. We're knocking about nicely in the middle of the park, although we do seem to have our players clustered together somewhat, but it's come through to Atobo. He's made a run into the box, lays it off for a Phobe, who kicks it over the bar. Probably could have taken a touch into the box there. And now we've got a Leeds attack. We've got to watch out here, make sure they don't sneak a goal. Note they also shoot high and wide. Been a bit of a cagey start. No one's created a huge amount of chances. We'll see how that pans out over the rest of the game as Leeds win the ball in the midfield. Here they come forward, exploiting the left flank here. Douglas cutting inside. Plays it all the way back to the circle on the halfway line. All right, but they've still got it forward again. Roof has a shot, but it's blocked. Chance for a quick Stoke break, we hope here. McLean, he's playing it backwards as well, and that was the highlight. Corner for us. Adam, Martins Indy heads it over. Well, there was quite a bit of action there. I realise that's because I still had it on extended highlights, which I'd set up during the friendlies to analyse my tactic a bit more. So change it to key highlights now, which probably means Leeds are going to score here, doesn't it? But no, we've intercepted. We've got it. A Phobe is making a run. Is he going to use the man on the right? He is. Ince cuts inside. And it's come to, yes, Atobo. Atobo has scored the goal. Set up by a Phobe. We've taken the lead just after the half-hour mark. Fantastic, fantastic first goal in Football Manager 2019. Lovely stuff. Ince, inside forward. Cut in beautifully there. And then a Phobe, simple layoff for Atobo. And we are in the lead. Okay, here come Leeds looking to level the score before half-time. And, oh, they nearly do. Butland with a save, and then they hit the post. Bielsa, of course, is in charge of Leeds. He said in the pre-match press conference that he had no idea who I was, basically. Which is fair, I suppose. Which is fair. If he's not a Football Manager player, he wouldn't know, would he? Team talk. Don't get complacent. Said assertively. Straight back out there for the second half. As usual, I'm not going to overanalyze things. I'm not even going to analyze them at all. And here comes Otobo with a shot early on, but he fires it wide. Being a bit selfish there. Roof has got an injury for Leeds. Good. That's what we like to see. Okay, here comes Afobe. Knocks it out wide to McLean. McLean gets the cross in, and Ince is there at the far post. 2-0. 2-0. We are cruising in this match. I hope I just haven't jinxed us. Anyway, beautiful play there. Afobe picked him out beautifully. McLean made the run. Whipped that low cross in for Ince to tap in. It's like Holtman and Everin Shingle all over again, isn't it? And a free kick for Leeds. It's hit the post and bounced back. Leeds are being a bit unlucky. Yeah, I see the old foam has appeared here. Is that, I don't know if that's something that was in previous versions of the game, maybe in the English leagues, but I didn't play in the English leagues last year. But a nice touch, I suppose, a nice cosmetic touch. Anyway, here come Leeds looking to get back in it. I should remind my team to concentrate. Here we go. Anyway, Harrison's got it. He's taken on the guys. Oh, dearie me. Terrible defending there. Terrible defending. We just played Bamford in when there was no pressure on the defenders there at all. Let me have a look at that again. Yeah, look, they gave the ball away. Allen, dearie me, Allen just overhit that back pass. Didn't see Bamford. And suddenly Leeds are back in it. Okay, but here we go. Adam whipping in the corner. And Otobo again. Yes, it is Otobo again. Powers in the header. Fantastic stuff. Fantastic stuff. We restore our lead almost immediately. Look at that, just smacked that in. There we go, 3-1 up. I'm going to make a substitution here. We're just going to base it on who has run themselves into the ground. James McLean has done that, so I'm going to move Ince over. Ince can be a winger on the left, and then we're going to bring on Diouf on the right. Diouf has not been very good, it has to be said, in pre-season, but we'll let him have a bit of a run out now, nonetheless. Afobe is getting pretty tired as well, as is Charlie Adam, so I think it's time we bring on Oliver Shenton and bring him on for Charlie Adam. Let's just check that's the best role for him. It'll do. Get back out there, and let's see if anything happens here. Shawcross being a bit fancy on the ball there, gets it out to Ince. Ince to Adam. Ince gets it back. Is he going to cut inside here, or is he going to whip in the cross? He whips in the cross, and Afobe makes it 4-1. 4-1. Whoa, I was not expecting this. Beautiful play down the flank though there. Adam picks out Ince. Ince just takes on his man. Whips in the cross. Simple tap in for Afobe. We'll proceed with the tactical changes. I think we can take it easy now. Okay, throw in for us. Peters picks the ball up again. Gets it into Ince to Diouf. Diouf shoots just wide. Probably going to be a bit much asking for a fifth goal there. All right then, we're approaching the final 5 minutes. We're going to make one final substitution. I'm going to bring on Crouchy for Afobe. Tell the team to concentrate just for the injury time. And here we go. Bauer with the corner. Whips it in. Comes back to him. Whips it in again. Comes back to him again. Whips it in one more time. But it's just going nowhere. I think this is going to be the whistle. Must be referee. Unless you want us to score another one. No, he blows the whistle there. A 4-1 win away to Leeds. I was not expecting that. I was hoping we'd get off to a positive start. I mean, if you look at the stats, it was fairly even in terms of chances. Leeds dominated the possession. It's just we converted the chances when we got them. So we're off to a winning start. Good stuff. Good win, boys. Well done. Everybody's happy. That's going to kick things off nicely. Steam achievement box has popped up there for our first victory. Do the pose. Woo! All right then. That puts us in second place in the league, just behind Wigan. So what do we do from here? We'll have a quick look at the news. Luckily, no injuries came out of that. Tobo pressing on his debut. 2 goals. Fantastic stuff. Now let's have a look at the schedule, see what we've coming up. Now I'm trying to figure out the best way to do this. So I guess we've got, what, 46 games in the Championship? Is that right? Indeed it is. 46 games in the Championship. Now, if we meet expectations in the Cup, that's going to make it 50 games. So I'm thinking every 6th game maybe we'll do an episode. It might be that we get an interesting draw for the Carabao Cup. If that's the case, I'll come back for that match. If not, I'll come back for West Brom, probably. Would be nice to get a home game featured at some point, but then maybe the episode after that we'll do Bolton. Anyway, that's what we're going to go for. So we're off to a winning start. We're back to winning ways straight away. Well, we're straight off on winning ways with Stoke City as we look to take them back to the promised land of the Premier League. If you have enjoyed today's video, please hit that like button. If you're not already a subscriber, please subscribe to the channel. Share this on your social media. You can find me on Twitter. I've got a Facebook page as well. That's all in the description down below. And please leave a comment. Any feedback on today's episode, that's going to be great. What I'm looking to do is 1 live com per episode, just to try and keep the episodes short and frequent. So hopefully that's something you're going to engage with. I was doing 2 live comms per episode, in the previous series, but we'll just try it out for the beta and see what feedback we get. Anyway, I'm Dodgee Gamer. Thank you again very much for watching. See you again soon.